Tonight on KPBS Evening Edition, an important vote today on the future of San Diego's Convention Center. And some encouraging news for veterans in San Diego. The job market is starting to pick up. And in our continuing election coverage, we take a look at the hot contest in San Diego's 1st District. And what do business leaders want from San Diego's next mayor? We'll find out. KPBS Evening Edition starts now.
KPBS Evening Edition is made possible by Joan and Irwin Jacobs and by
Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dwayne Brown. An important step today in the expansion of San Diego's Convention Center. The Port Commission agreed to amend its master plan to include the Convention Center and a new hotel. It also accepted the final environmental impact report and agreed to give the project $50 million over 20 years. The expansion isn't a done deal, though. It needs to be approved by the State Coastal Commission, and more approvals will be needed from the Port and City Council. Plans are moving forward to convert the parking lots at the County Administration Center into a waterfront park. McCarthy Building Companies was awarded the $34 million design-build project. County Supervisor Ron Roberts has been a big advocate of the waterfront park.
This is going to be, when it's done, and this is something I've labored over for over a decade, I think people are going to understand the potential down here on the waterfront in a way that they haven't fully realized. When we started this, I had one rule. I told them, I want a sign that says, not kids keep out, but kids enjoy yourselves.
Construction begins next week, and the new park is expected to be completed by summer 2014. San Diego's new downtown Central Library is on time and on budget. Project head Mel Katz reported to City Council last night. He says the Library Foundation is looking for $10 million more in funding, but he says an unidentified donor has guaranteed the money if no one else comes forward. Disney is giving a boost to San Diego's cruise industry. The Disney Wonder is set to make its first port of call here on Friday night. It's the kickoff to the cruise season. San Diego's cruise business has slipped a bit because of the economy. Drug violence in Mexico has also had an impact. Port officials say they expect more cruise ships to visit over the next couple of years. Navy ships have cruised in and out of San Diego Bay for decades now, and the commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet says the city is vital to Navy strategy. He spoke to military and business leaders today. KPBS senior Metro reporter Allison St. John has the story.
So the Admiral talked quite a bit about the changing geopolitical landscape and the fact that the Navy is focusing more and more on the Asia-Pacific region. He says the Navy has already shifted more than 50% of its assets from the East Coast to the West Coast, and eventually that will be more like 60%. He said that the U.S.'s goal is not to establish new bases in the Asia-Pacific region. Rather, it's to revitalize strategic alliances with places like Japan, North Korea, Australia, possibly even China, he said. And he said that Marines who have spent a decade serving in the deserts of Afghanistan and Iraq are likely to find themselves now deployed to places like Okinawa, Japan, and Australia. And finally, he said that San Diego is crucial to the Navy's future strategy in the Asia-Pacific.
KPBS senior Metro reporter Allison St. John. The job outlook for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans continues to improve. Many of them are settling down in San Diego and Southern California, but the unemployment numbers remain volatile as the country digs out from the recession.
How you doing? Christian.
Nice to meet you. Interested in career in law enforcement?
I am, sir.
All right, we're hiring for deputy sheriffs, correctional deputies, and 911 operators.
Okay.
Which one do you think you might be interested in?
More in correction side.
Okay, great. The minimum requirement for that one is be at least 18 years old, have a high school diploma, and a valid driver's license.
Okay.
It pays up to $48,000 a year. You have full benefits and a retirement plan.
Sounds great. Excuse me.
Corporal Christian Herrera has spent nearly 8 years in the Marine Corps with 2 tours in Iraq. Today, he's making the rounds at an MCRD job fair. He's got confidence, a resume, and a wife and son depending on him.
Do you get paid through going through the academy too, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And one more childhood goal to accomplish when he leaves the service in January.
Since I was a small little boy, I wanted to be either law enforcement or military, so really, it's falling into play.
The job prospects for Iraq and Afghanistan vets is also looking up when the overall economy produced few jobs and left the national average unchanged in August. Statistics from the Labor Department show the military rate for recent vets was nearly 11% last month compared to more than 13% a year ago, while the unemployment rate for all veterans still looking for work is now 6.6%, the lowest in 3 years, and below the national average of 8.1%.
Hi, how are you? Come on in. Tell us what you think about the job fair today.
Mina Treat is the transition manager at MCRD San Diego, and as a Marine spouse, she knows all about the challenges of life after the military. With 60 employers and 40 colleges and university representatives on hand, many of these Marines are getting hired.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. The last event we have was February. We have over 300 job offer, and we have also over 100 application has been submitted to colleges to continue education.
And those jobs are sorely needed because San Diego is home to the largest population in the country of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. We continue our coverage of the San Diego mayor's race tonight with a twist. Our series begins with Peggy Pico asking the business community how the city can help them succeed.
We've asked you what issues in this election are most important. Now we're talking to a variety of leaders in our community to find out specifically what they'd like from San Diego's next mayor. This is not an endorsement of candidates or a partisan discussion. Rather, we want to find out what could make San Diego better. Joining me with a few insights are Vince Mudd, president and owner of San Diego Office Interiors and chair-elect at the SD Regional Economic Development Corporation. Also with us, Camille Saltman, president of Connect, an organization that brings together life science and technology inventors and investors. In full disclosure, San Diego Office Interiors is a KPBS underwriter. Get that out of the way. Now, Vince, let's start with you. What are business owners telling you about their interactions with the city and the government?
Right now, what happens is decision-making is something that we in business pride ourselves on. We make decisions, we move ahead, we try to get them implemented. Right now in the city of San Diego, there's too much discretionary approvals, too many discretionary processes, and we'd like to see more ministerial processes, meaning that a ministerial process is more like a checklist that says, I'll tell you in advance what you need to do. If you do it, you have your permit, or you have your process, or you have whatever it is you need. If we can do that, that would help business go from idea to implementation much faster. And right now in the city, way too much discretionary approval processes, far too many people involved in every decision, and therefore you end up with processes that just take too long.
And this is from the business owners here in the city or people trying to start a business. Camille, what about business regulations and licensing for life science and technology? There's about 6,000 companies, life science and technology companies in San Diego. What would they like to see changed?
What Vincent is describing affects the innovation economy as well. These companies can really do business anywhere in the world. And if they're looking at a country like Taiwan or China where it takes 6 months to get approvals versus San Diego where it might take 6 years, they're going to choose to offshore because innovation moves very fast and they can't afford to wait.
There's timing, but a new study recently found that San Diego is one of the least expensive it is the least expensive big city in California for businesses. Do businesses, Vince, recognize this? And do you think the next mayor will help maintain that?
Well, some businesses it's inexpensive for. If you have a call center, it's very expensive because energy costs a lot, employees cost a lot, real estate costs a lot. But in terms of taxes and fees, San Diego is a very good deal when compared to San Francisco, San Jose, Boston, or even Seattle. So businesses do acknowledge that and understand that. But it has to be more than just trying to find a place that's less expensive to work in. It has to be to find a place that encourages more opportunity for a business investment. As Camille said, some of these companies, we have a phrase called traded economies. Some of these companies are being traded like baseball cards. They can move anywhere in the country. they get tax credits and tax incentives, and they are gone. We have to make sure those companies have a way to do business in San Diego.
Do you think, Camille, that the mayor actually can influence this? And do you as well?
The mayor can really create a very friendly environment for us to attract talent, to make the city very livable, for us to train talent, keep talent, and also to help business expand.
Going off of that, do you think well, not just the mayor, but the government, and I'll ask both of you this, are we doing enough, especially in the life science and technology, which is just a booming business here? We're one of the top in the country as far as markets for that. Is the city doing enough to recruit, retain, and educate a new crop of employees?
We have a really exciting opportunity as it becomes more and more expensive to offshore our manufacturing. We have a great opportunity to attract that business to come here to San Diego. We actually have 6,000 manufacturing companies here in San Diego, and if we can make this a cost-effective and attractive city to locate those contracts, that's going to be a big boost for our economy.
And Vince, let me ask you this. What would you be pushing? We have very little time left. What would you like to push through, if you could, at City Hall with this new mayor? What would you like to see change?
Well, first, the city did a good job by approving the cross-border terminal. That trade is going to help grow business here. The mayor recently did a great job in approving the what they call the Enterprise Zone North. This Enterprise Zone that actually covers Rancho Bernardo now helped us attract 3 large employers that are providing over 800 jobs. So what I ask and what I push these leaders, these elected leaders, is look at the results that you want. If the result that you want are more good jobs and good employment in San Diego, then these are the things, these ministerial, these master plan processes, these are the things that we need in order to attract these companies. And spend your time helping us do that and less time on the politics of everything.
All right, unfortunately we are out of time, but we have a lot more of what your conversation was on our website, so people can listen to you a little bit more there. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
City Council is also working on some new rules for the next mayor of San Diego. Whoever is elected will be the first since the city adopted a strong mayor form of government. A proposed cooperation plan is intended to help the mayor and council work together. It includes regular, frequent reports by the mayor to council members. Right now, Mayor Jerry Sanders only attends council meetings to introduce major policy initiatives. Carl DeMaio and Bob Filner both support the plan. Council is also updating campaign finance rules, doubling the limit on individual donations to candidates in citywide elections, such as the mayor's race. If the full council approves the new $1,000 limit, the change would be in place in time for the 2014 election. Now, as the countdown to Election Day continues, most San Diego voters are focused on the mayor's race, but there is another seat up for grabs, and it could determine the political leaning of the San Diego City Council. KPBS Metro reporter Katie Orr has a look at the race for District 1.
On a breezy Sunday afternoon, crowds of people gather at University City's Stanley Park to take in one last community concert, perhaps have one more picnic, and just generally enjoy the dwindling days of summer. University City sits in San Diego's first council district, and voters at the park on this day are smart to take a moment to enjoy the sun, because come this fall, they'll likely be inundated with mailers and TV commercials asking for their vote. Council District 1 spans San Diego's picturesque coast from La Jolla up to Torrey Pines and inland to Rancho Penasquitos. And this sprawling district will determine the political leanings of the San Diego City Council.
Let's go, Sherry!
Facing off are current council member and Democrat Sherry Leitner and Republican challenger Ray Ellis. And it appears to be an evenly matched fight. Leitner has the advantage of being the incumbent, but Ellis received more votes in the primary. Some also view him as being part of a slate of candidates supported by Republican mayoral candidate Councilman Carl DeMaio. Ellis shrugs off that characterization.
Well, I certainly don't see myself as part of a slate. It was never discussed that way. I never took that into consideration when I decided to run. You know, the first mayoral candidate that endorsed me was Nathan Fletcher. Carl came in and endorsed me later on.
Beginning next year, there will be 9 city council seats. 8 of those seats are already filled, 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans. District 1 is the only one still in limbo and will determine whether Republicans or Democrats control the council. Despite that, Ellis insists he doesn't want to get involved in partisan rhetoric, and he says he wouldn't come at the job from a political slant.
I believe in District 1 we need a more proactive, engaged leader on fiscal issues, on pension reform, on growing our economic base, on taking care of the businesses that we have in our community and our city, and then adding to that.
Leitner also says she doesn't see the office as being highly political. She stresses the bipartisan nature of her accomplishments.
We brought the neighborhoods to City Hall. We restored the fiscal stability. I mean, when you think that when I took office we had a $200 million deficit, and now we can go out and secure bonds to finance infrastructure improvements. We are current with our financials.
Leitner says she's not concerned that Ellis won the primary, but she did have a bumpy road. Some unions actively campaigned against her in the spring. But Leitner says she's not focused on making the unions happy.
My special interest, it is my community. And so some of the positions I take do not hold sway with some of the bigger power interests in town. And so I do expect some repercussions. But then again, my community is very important.
And the community is very vocal about what it sees as important. Pension reform is a big deal. Proposition B passed with 74% of the vote in District 1. Both Ellis and Leitner supported the measure, though Ellis criticized Leitner for waiting until the spring to come out in favor of it. She says she was waiting for a complete analysis to be done. In University City, the issue of building a bridge across Rose Canyon to connect Regents Road stirs up passions. Leitner is adamantly anti-bridge. Ellis says he's not pro or anti-bridge, but pro-solution. And he says a bridge is not at the top of his priority list. The two also differ on their support for the Plaza de Panama plan in Balboa Park. Ellis serves on the Balboa Park Conservancy Board and is a supporter of the project, which includes building a bypass road and parking garage in the park. Leitner was the sole council member to oppose the plan, primarily taking issue with charging for parking in the garage. While both candidates downplay the political aspects of the technically nonpartisan position, each could end up influencing which direction the city goes on those issues and many more.
Sherry Leitner and Ray Ellis will take part in 5 debates over the next month. The first is tonight at 7 at Sherwood Auditorium. And the mayoral candidates are also debating tonight. Carl DeMaio, Bob Filner will focus on transportation and quality of life issues at USD's Shiley Theater starting at 7. And if you're not registered to vote yet, you can now do it online. Today, California Secretary of State unveiled a new voter registration website. The online applications will be checked against other state information, then verified by county election officials. More than 6 million Californians are eligible to vote, but haven't registered. California's gotten federal approval to start construction of a new high-speed rail system. Today's decision by the Federal Railroad Administration means work could start next year. But the project still faces legal hurdles. Farmers in the Central Valley are suing, saying the state didn't do thorough environmental reviews. The bullet train also faces opposition because of its price tag, at least $68 billion. Tonight, Caltrans is giving San Diegans a look at plans to widen Interstate 5 in the North County. The plan includes environmental improvements for the lagoons along the route. The meeting is underway now at the Encinitas Community Center and runs until 8 o'clock. California's ban on foie gras is staying in place. Today, a federal judge refused to issue an injunction against the ban. Foie gras is a fatty liver created by force-feeding a duck or goose. It's considered a delicacy by some, but animal rights activists say it's a product of cruelty. Opponents of the ban say it's written too broadly and plan to appeal today's ruling. The second largest school district in California, San Diego Unified, has new lunch menus based on the federal Hunger Free Kids Act. Peggy Pico shows us some of the surprising new dishes.
Here with a sampling of what's at the school lunch table are my guests, Gary Patel, Director of Food Services at San Diego Unified School District, and Vanessa Zyfin, Specialist with the district's Farm to School program. Thank you both for being here and bringing this lovely lunch array. Gary, let's, pardon the pun, dig right in.
Oh, good.
Tell us what's different on the lunch menu this year.
Well, you know, we've got these nice salads here, this Asian noodle salad. We've got a chicken Caesar salad. Our salad bars have got a different twist and look to them as well, and purchasing a lot of local organic fruits and vegetables, which really enhances the flavor and it being much more healthy for children.
So the menu has changed how? You've expanded your fruits and vegetables?
We have, and what's happened this year with the new regulations is all children have to take a certain amount of fruits and vegetables with each meal. We've had salad bars for over 10 years in our schools, started with kindergartners through 5th grade, and now children that are in high school all have salad bars. So all the way through their grade levels, they've had salad bars now over the last 10 years.
Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here. So we have some salads, but we also have some bowls. Tell us, what do we have?
We have a very popular chicken teriyaki bowl with Asian vegetables here, which is really terrific. We've got a Asian noodle salad out here in front. It also has tofu as a side dish if you'd like to have that, or chicken as a side dish, giving children a choice.
These look like things that you would order at a very expensive restaurant. This is a far cry from what I remember eating here in San Diego. Vanessa, you're part of this. You are a farm to school specialist. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, Farm to School is a program that connects K through 12 students in our department with local organic family farmers so that we can source local and organic foods to serve in our school meal program.
And how do students get involved in that? How do they participate?
Simply by being a student. So all students have access to this food, and it's served in all cafeterias, primarily through our salad bar, but this year what's new is our fruit bowl is something that they have access to at all schools. And yeah, we like to encourage our students to be eating these things wherever they are on campus.
We didn't get to everything. There's it looks like, is that a chili bowl? And what is this with the cucumber here on the with the tomato? It's beautiful. Is it really served that way?
Well, that's the presentation just
yes.
for you. But there's actually this chili bowl. Vanessa, tell them about the chili bowl. It's vegetarian.
It's a vegetarian chili bowl. It's an option for our elementary students. It is made with local bread as well as certified, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the word, beans that are coming from a certified supply chain so that all people who have worked on that supply chain are treated fairly and paid a fair wage.
It's kind of a fair trade sort of situation.
Something similar, yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, you know, we can show all this beautiful food here, but the real issue when it comes to kids of all ages, including me, how do you get them to eat vegetables and fruits and healthy foods? How are you doing that?
Well, it's about presentation for sure, and Vanessa can tell you a little bit about her new Dipper Bar project for young children.
Okay.
What you have right here up front is actually our Dipper Bar, and it is, kids don't necessarily know how to make a salad per se, but they know how to play with their food. So we thought, why not give them healthy foods they can dip in healthy dips? So think hummus and broccoli spears, celery sticks and sun butter, these types of things. So they get engaged with their food, and that's what Farm to School does as well. By giving the food an interesting story, getting to know their farmer, they might be more inclined to eat the food.
And what about for middle school and high school? There's what sorts of things and presentations do you have that sort of packages the food a little bit differently for them?
Well, a lot of these salads you'll see the students can take every day at lunch. They have that choice of these particular salads right here, plus the salad bars. The salad bars are wonderful, and a lot of our produce that Vanessa's been able to work with local farmers and growers is coming to us, and it's organic.
And we're watching video, we see the fruit, but there also looked like there was a wok or a grill of something going on. You guys were grilling. Is that really happening at schools?
Well, in high schools we have grills, and we do a fajita out there that we put in or wrap a burrito in front of the students, and they can smell it, they can see it. It's all about presentation and flavor and taste.
It absolutely is. So the big question, of course, is how are students reacting to this? What have we found so far? Let's start with you in K through 12.
Well, we're in our 3rd week of school right now, and we've been walking the campus. All of our staff has been doing that, and the reaction from the children and the students in the middle and high schools is wonderful. The young children with the veggie chili bowl here, it's something different for them, and you know, the Dipper Bar is really, really popular right now.
I can imagine. Well, we're out of time, so there's more information about this on our website. Thank you both for being here and sharing your wonderful lunch with us.
Thanks for having us, Peggy. Thank you.
Chargers have until tomorrow afternoon to sell more than 11,000 tickets for Sunday's game at Qualcomm, or it will be blacked out. The undefeated Chargers are playing the Atlanta Falcons, who are also 2-0. And we have an update on Brian Banks, the former high school football star cleared of rape charges with the help of the Innocence Project in San Diego. Banks is going pro. He's signing with the Las Vegas Locomotives, team in the United Football League. Banks served more than 5 years in prison after being falsely accused of rape and kidnapping. He was exonerated earlier this year and got tryouts with the Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Strapped atop coming in for its
Space Shuttle Discovery, or rather Endeavour, completes the first leg of her final journey. Endeavour landed in Houston today on the way to the California Science Center in Los Angeles. Tomorrow, the shuttle will go to Edwards Air Force Base. She's scheduled to arrive in Los Angeles at the airport there Friday morning. You can find tonight's stories and all the news on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. The PBS NewsHour is next. Thanks for joining us. You have a great night.